What would you like to confess? Hey, welcome back. Kevin here, and welcome to the Freestyle Fire Journal. Basically, if you're new to the series, it's when I read a question prompt from the One Question a Day journal. You can copy your copy at refugeehustle.com/journal, and you can pick up your copy there. And basically, what I do is kind of shoot straight from the dome. I freestyle this, kind of answer questions on the fly. And what you guys can do, you can answer in the questions below and journal with me. Really, journaling has really changed my life a lot. And I believe it can change yours because it's so rare where we actually get to sit back, relax, and just shoot from the straight from the dome as well, and just look back at our life. Now, today's entry is from August 17th, and the question is, what would you like to confess? And this is a interesting one because in terms of confessions, I do check out Reddit sometimes. I look at the confessions on Reddit, but I don't have any crazy stories in terms of confessions and stuff like that, or major regrets. I mean, yeah, in the past, like there were times where I stole like a Pokemon card from a kid, or I hustled a Pokemon trade, or even maybe taking money out of my mom's purse like once, right? But nothing where I completely regret that I remember. Now, the only moments that come to mind in terms of confessions are the way that I treated people. Yeah, were there times where I was an asshole? Absolutely, guys. Like, I remember sometimes I would take a joke too far with my friends and stuff, and it would just be fucking mean, just to try to be cool. But I mean, besides that, I think not the worst confessions, but the confessions that really stand out to me are the way that I treated people. And there's one person I kept in mind as well, because I remember one of the times I remember like going, when I was doing this EQ seminar, we had to do a type of confession thing and tell somebody something that no one else knew. And I can't remember my exact confession anymore, or the exact story that I told on stage anymore. But one of the stories that really sticks out to me was actually my grandma, right? And in terms of my grandma, this one right here, I talked about her in my previous episode of Freestyle Fire Journal. But basically, this was my grandma. She helped raise me growing up, and she pretty much made my my childhood really great, especially when my dad had a lot of anger issues, PTSD issues, and all that as well. So she would bring that light back into my childhood, just like my mom would as well. Now, as I got older, I actually lived with my grandma for a little bit, especially when I got kicked out in college. But there came a time when I actually left for California, right? And so that was the last time I really saw her super healthy, super well. And then since then, after I left, I just saw her health decline like crazy. And I remember there was a point when I would just always come back with my grandma, and I would visit her. There was one particular time, and it was snowing. It was in this really nice Asian like nursing home, because at this point she had a few falls, and she wasn't doing too hot, and it would break my heart just seeing her. And just like, you could tell from the look of her eyes, she knows who I am. She knows who I am, but she couldn't even remember my name. And I remember being young at the time. I was probably about 26 and whatnot, 26, 27 maybe. And I just remember feeling so spiteful, or like, what the fuck kind of moment. Like, dude, my own grandma doesn't remember me. And it's funny because even though you understand these states, like the mental states like dementia or Alzheimer's and stuff, it's another thing to go through the actual experience, right? And I remember telling myself, I was like, what is the point of even coming back to visit my grandma if she doesn't even remember me? What's the point, right? And I remember and for a while I actually didn't come back. I mean, I would come back, like in the beginning I would come back a little bit more often, but after a while I just stopped coming back as often. And then I think a few years later, I mean, she actually, or not too long after, she passed. And then I just felt so bad because, I just remember how much my grandma would get so happy just seeing my face and stuff like that, and all that sort of stuff as well. And it kind of reminds me that we have a very short time with our the people around us, whether it's our grandparents, our friends and stuff. And sometimes, like myself, I'm not perfect, right? I get in fits of rage, I get angry too, you know. I have that side of my dad where it's just like, dude, I get like wicked pissed, right? But when I look back at it, it's like life is too short to be treating people that way, because, you know, after a while, only so many times where people can tolerate that, and you can lose friendships like that. You can lose the most important thing. It's not money. Well, maybe health is important because you need to be alive to have relationships, right? But on another note, it's like, dude, I have any regrets, is the way I treated people, because I wish I treated people better in the past, or I wish I was a little bit more understanding, or I wish I was able to kind of remove myself a little bit more emotionally first, understand the person before as well, right? And there's moments with all my friends which I wish I did better, but I mean, that's part of life, right? You gotta learn through experiences, you gotta learn through these pains as well. And that's the number one takeaway as well. So especially after that situation, I started becoming a lot more empathetic toward people as well. Now, don't get me wrong, my mom still drives me crazy to this day. I get wicked pissed at her. Even dating life too, like that brings out a lot of emotions in me where I get really wicked pissed and I'm distant, but I still try to work on it. I do things like therapy, or learn even through sales calls all the time. I'm getting better and better with communication. So those are my thoughts. I hope you guys have some more juicier stories. So I'm going to throw the question back to you. What would you like to confess? Make sure to journal in the comments with me below. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time on the Freestyle Fire Journal, y'all. Peace.